If you're like us and you're from the United States where there's not the best public transportation, it can be a little bit intimidating navigating public transportation in a foreign country. So here's our best tips and tricks and how to navigate public transportation in Seoul.
So the T-Money card can be recharged at any convenience store here in Korea. We've got GS25, CU, 7-Eleven, and Mini Stop, among others. To recharge the card, you just say, 충전해주세요, and then they'll usually ask how much would you like to put on it, and then you just respond with how much you want on it. So I've got here an Oman won bill, 50,000 won. It's about $50, but I only want to put about 20,000 on. I get nervous about losing my card, so I only put about 20,000 at a time.
So the other way that you can reload your T-Money card is through these little kiosks in the actual station itself, and it's pretty easy. You can just hit the English button
service you want,
and you put your card in here.
Amount for reload.
I'm going to hit 10,000 won,
Input amount for reload.
and you put your money in.
Will begin reload. Reload has been completed.
And there you go. And if you want to, you can get a receipt.
원하시는 서비스 충전.
And you're good to go. So typically getting on the metro will cost you 1,450 won on your T-Money card. If you go a really long distance, then you'll get an additional charge when you leave. But yeah, it's a pretty basic rate, and you can also get a free transfer if you're going onto a bus and you haven't gone that far already. Here are my 3 main public transportation tips for when you're in Korea. Number 1, make sure you stay on the sides when you're getting onto a train so that people that are exiting can get off in the middle. Number 2, make sure that you don't sit in places that are specifically marked for other people, such as elderly people or pregnant people on the train. You can sit in them, but try to avoid it whenever possible, just so that they're available. And tip number 3, make sure you stand to the right on escalators, or if you're on the left, make sure that you're actually moving and walking so you're not blocking traffic.
So on this particular line and on many other lines, there'll be express trains that come by, and these ones, this will be marked with Kupang, which means like fast travel kind of. As you can see here, it skips over some stops. So for example, at our stop, we need to make sure that we're not on the express because we'll miss our stop.
All of the lines have a number and a color, which make it especially easy even if you don't speak Korean. Throughout the subway too, you can also just follow the color. It's usually on the wall and it'll show you how to get to the next train. All lines are also clearly marked with their end destination, which is especially important if the line splits, so be aware of that because you may think it's going in the right direction, but might just start going to Incheon. You have no idea unless you check. Next, we're going to be taking the bus, and the buses can be a little bit intimidating sometimes, but make sure to stay till the end of the video and we'll show you all of our most used apps that make it really easy to get around.
Oh, nice heated seats for the winter.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That's nice.
They're very nice, actually.
So we're catching the 75, which is coming in 4 minutes.
It's really easy because all of the setup for all of the bus stations is the same. It'll say the minutes, and Boon is minutes in Korean, and have the time as well.
So at bus stops, they'll typically have the whole route right here, you know? But the thing is, it's as opposed to the subway stops, it's not in English, which is why it's good to download some apps, certain apps that'll help you get around.
I don't speak Korean, so I always look at the apps beforehand and then count the number of stops, so then when I'm actually on the bus, I'm just counting as we go along. The little screens in the bus will show what the stop is, what time it is, and what bus you're on. The buses can get quite bumpy sometimes, so if you get carsick like me, just maybe don't look at your phone while you're riding on the bus. And really, there's not that much to it. It's pretty simple, but you just kind of have to get used to it. The first time I rode the bus to get to work, I made Joseph come with me because I was so nervous. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. As promised before, we're going to talk about the 3 apps that we recommend people download before coming to Korea, just for public transportation purposes. The first one is definitely Naver Maps. This one makes it really easy to get from point A to point B.
Naver Maps is the best app for finding directions to places. So for example, we wanted to go to the E-Mart, and we can look at the locations. But now we know the one we want to go to down here is in Gwangmyeong. So we go there from our house. You can do it from our house. And so we can look at, it gives you a variety of different routes there. So the one we took was taking bus 75, and it shows you how long it takes to get there.
It makes it really easy because you can choose your different ways of getting to a certain place. You can choose to do it through a bus, through metro, through walking, through taking a car, and it'll show you the best and easiest route to get there. Originally, we were using Google Maps when we first got here, and we just found it to not be so accurate. Like, we would look up a place on Google Maps, and it simply wouldn't exist when we actually got there. So definitely download Naver Maps. It makes it really easy to get around. Then the next app that you use to download is called Cacao Bus. I use this one every day because I take the bus to work, and it's really, really simple. You can also click on nearby stops, which allows you to find bus stops near you, and you can see which buses are coming and how long they're gonna take.
The last app you need to get around Seoul is Seoul Metro. This is one we use a lot, and this one is great because of how big Seoul is and how many intertwining lines it has. So you can just enter in any stop in Seoul, and it'll show you the quickest way
How to get
using
there.
the different lines.
Where you have to transfer, all of that stuff makes it really simple. It tells you how long it'll take. It's very convenient. All right, that's all we have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing what the Seoul public transportation situation is like. It's really easy to navigate once you get used to it, but using these tools makes it a lot easier. I kind of wish we had like known these things when we first started, because it took me a while to figure it out and feel comfortable. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.